Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? This week we're taking a look at all the AI buzz from the past few days.
Yeah, definitely a lot to unpack. Seems like AI is just everywhere you look these days.
I know, right? It's hard to keep up. So for this deep dive, we've got a whole stack of articles.
Stack is right. Everything from The Verge to TechCrunch.
And let me tell you, things are getting interesting out there in the world of AI.
It's not slowing down, that's for sure.
Okay, so let's jump right in. And I think the best place to start is with ChatGPT. I mean, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, ChatGPT kind of came out of nowhere. Did you know OpenAI almost thought it was going to be a flop?
Really? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, they weren't expecting it to take off the way it did.
I guess that just shows you how unpredictable these things can be.
Totally. It's hard to predict what's going to capture the public's imagination.
But once it did, I mean, it was like overnight success. The Verge article talked about how their servers crashed on launch day.
Yeah, too many people trying to get in on the action.
And all those researchers having to cancel their Thanksgiving plans to deal with the demand. It's kind of crazy.
Like they unleashed something they couldn't control.
Totally. And it transformed OpenAI practically overnight. I mean, they went from this small research lab to a company worth over $150 billion.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
But that's not even the most interesting part.
Wait, what? Could be more interesting than that.
Well, the team behind ChatGPT has hinted that it might not even be a chatbot a year from now.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean? Like it's going to evolve into something else?
Exactly. They're thinking about turning it into an AI agent.
Okay, now that sounds like we're stepping into some serious sci-fi territory. What exactly is an AI agent?
Well, think of it like this. Instead of just answering questions like a chatbot, an AI agent can actually do things for you.
Do things? Like what kind of things?
Well, like booking a hotel, ordering food online, managing your calendar, that kind of stuff. So like a superpowered digital assistant. Yeah, pretty much. And they're already out there. OpenAI has some agents that can make phone calls and interact with websites.
That's kind of freaky, but also super cool.
Yeah, it's definitely cutting edge.
Yeah.
But it also raises some concerns.
Yeah, I was going to say, if these agents can do all that stuff, doesn't that mean they have access to a lot of our personal information?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest challenges with AI agents. Security and privacy are huge concerns.
So it's not just about developing the most advanced AI, it's about developing the most responsible AI.
Exactly. We need to make sure these systems are secure and that people's data is protected.
And that these AI agents are being used for good, not for harm.
Right. It's a lot to think about. But it's also super exciting to see where this technology is going.
I know, right? It feels like we're on the verge of something big.
Definitely. And speaking of big changes, let's talk about Apple.
Oh yeah, Apple. They finally jumped on the AI bandwagon with iOS 18.2.
Yeah, but some people are saying they're a little late to the party.
I mean, Google and Samsung have been pushing AI features for a while now.
True. But Apple's approach seems to be a bit more cautious, more focused on integrating AI into their existing ecosystem.
So less about flashy new features, more about making things easier for iPhone and Mac users.
Yeah, like those suggested replies, notification summaries, and generative writing tools.
But I was reading this Verge review, and the writer said Apple's AI features are kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, I saw that too. Sometimes they're helpful, sometimes they're just plain weird.
Doesn't sound like the AI revolution Apple was promising.
Well, they've always been more about that sleek design and simplicity.
True. So what about this image playground app they launched, the one for generating images? How does that compare to Google's Pixel Studio?
It seems a bit more limited. Pixel Studio gives you a lot of creative control, while Image Playground is more structured.
So Apple's playing it safe again?
It seems that way. But hey, maybe that's their strategy. Let the others take the risks and then refine the experience for their users.
Makes sense. And then there's Genmoji, Apple's answer to personalized emojis. But the reviewer said they're so tiny you can barely see any detail.
Yeah, I saw that too. Kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'd think with all this advanced AI they could make them a little bigger.
Maybe they're saving that for the next update. Who knows?
Okay, but let's talk about the big news. ChatGPT is coming to Siri.
Yeah, finally. Maybe Siri will actually be useful now.
I mean, it could be a game changer, right? Integrating ChatGPT could give Siri a serious boost.
Yeah, imagine having more natural conversations with Siri, getting more nuanced responses, and maybe even completing complex tasks just by using your voice.
That would be amazing, especially now that Google's Gemini is the default on Android. Siri needs to step up its game.
For sure. But the reviewer wasn't totally convinced. They said Apple's AI features still feel more like a collection of tricks than a true AI revolution.
Sounds like Apple has some work to do if they want to be seen as a leader in the AI space.
Yeah, they've definitely got some catching up to do. But hey, maybe they'll surprise us.
All right, let's step out of the digital world for a moment and into the physical realm, because AI isn't just about software anymore.
Right. It's starting to take shape in hardware, too. And this is where things get really interesting.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, Google's leading the charge with their Android XR platform. It's a platform designed specifically for headsets and smart glasses.
Oh, wow. So like augmented reality.
Exactly. And it's all powered by Google's Gemini AI. The Verge article described the experience as incredibly immersive.
Immersive how?
Well, think real-time translation,
Yeah.
object identification, seamless integration with different apps all happening right in front of your eyes.
Whoa, that's next level.
Yeah, the writer even compared it to being Tony Stark.
Okay, now that's a vision I can get behind. But is this really the future of how we interact with technology?
It's certainly a possibility. Google's putting a lot of resources behind it. And Samsung's already developing the first consumer headset running Android XR.
So we could be seeing people walking around with computers on their faces pretty soon.
It's not that far-fetched.
I don't know. It's exciting, but also kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's definitely a mixed bag. I mean, what does it mean for our privacy, our sense of reality?
Lots of questions to consider. Okay, let's take a break from all that heady stuff and talk about something a little less glamorous but equally important: energy.
Oh yeah, good point. All this AI advancement requires a lot of power.
And that's where things get interesting. Meta, the company behind Facebook, is looking into using nuclear power to fuel its data centers.
Whoa, nuclear power for Facebook. That's a bold move.
It shows how seriously they're taking the energy issue. They need more power, and they're worried about grid stability.
And Meta's not alone. The TechCrunch article mentioned that Microsoft, Google, and Amazon are also investing in nuclear power.
So is nuclear power the answer to AI's energy hunger? Or are there better options out there?
It's a tough question. Nuclear power is reliable and carbon-free, but it also comes with its own set of risks.
Yeah, like safety and waste disposal, not to mention the potential for accidents.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
All right, let's shift gears again and talk about something a bit more personal: AI's role in preserving and potentially manipulating our memories.
Interesting topic. What are you thinking about?
Well, Google Photos is launching their 2024 recap. It's a feature that uses AI to curate your best photos and videos from the past year.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It sounds pretty cool.
It does. But this TechCrunch article brought up some ethical concerns.
Oh yeah, what were they?
Well, the writer pointed out that AI isn't really able to understand the emotional weight of our memories.
Right. It might highlight moments that are actually painful or traumatic for a person.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like AI needs to develop some kind of emotional intelligence before it starts messing with our memories.
Agreed. It's a powerful tool, but it needs to be used responsibly.
So can AI summarize our year in photos? Sure. But can it truly grasp the meaning of those memories? That's a much bigger question.
Absolutely. And speaking of big questions, can AI fall in love?
Whoa, now that's a question for the ages.
I know, right? But there's a group of developers who are actually trying to answer that question. They created an AI bot named Freza, and they're challenging people to make her say, "I love you."
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yep. Whoever succeeds gets a cash prize.
So it's like a Turing test for love.
Kinda. It's a really fascinating experiment. It uses gamification to explore the limits of AI and its ability to simulate human emotions.
It's so meta. People are trying to trick an AI into saying it loves them, and in the process, the AI is learning about human behavior and deception.
Exactly. And it highlights the need for AI governance. We need to start thinking about how we're going to manage these increasingly sophisticated AI systems.
Yeah, because the future of AI isn't just being shaped in research labs. It's being shaped by all of us, by the way we interact with these technologies.
That's a great point. The future of AI is a collaborative effort.
It's about making sure that AI serves humanity, not the other way around.
Well said. And that's something we need to keep in mind as we continue to explore the incredible possibilities of AI.
Definitely. Okay, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll delve even deeper into the world of AI agents and the challenges and opportunities they present.
Sounds good. I'm ready for more. So AI agents, huh? They're definitely shaking things up.
Yeah, it's like we're moving from the era of AI assistants to the era of AI agents.
That's a good way to put it. Assistants are reactive. Agents are proactive.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what makes an AI agent different from an assistant?
Well, an agent can actually anticipate your needs, learn from your behavior, and even take actions on your behalf without you having to explicitly tell it to.
Wow. So it's like having a personal assistant who can read your mind.
Almost. They can analyze your data, your schedule, your preferences to predict what you might need and when.
That's pretty impressive, but it also sounds kind of invasive.
Yeah, the privacy issue is definitely a big one. But both Google and OpenAI have emphasized that user consent and control are paramount.
So these agents wouldn't just be doing things without our permission.
Right, they would operate within clearly defined boundaries that you set.
That makes me feel a bit better, but I still have some reservations.
I understand. It's a new technology with a lot of potential, but also potential risks.
Exactly. And speaking of risks, let's talk about the energy issue. All this AI requires a lot of power, which isn't exactly good for the environment.
Yeah, that's a huge concern. Data centers already consume a massive amount of energy, and the demand is only going to increase as AI becomes more widespread.
So what are we going to do? Switch everything off?
Well, not quite. But we need to find more sustainable solutions.
Yeah.
That's why some companies are exploring alternative energy sources like Meta with their nuclear power idea.
Nuclear power for Facebook? That sounds kind of crazy.
I know, right? But it shows how seriously they're taking this issue. They need a reliable source of energy that can keep up with their growing demands.
And Meta's not alone. We talked about how Microsoft, Google, and Amazon are also investing in nuclear power.
It's a trend that's likely to continue as the energy demands of AI keep rising.
But is nuclear power really the best option? There are definitely some risks involved.
For sure. There's no easy solution. We need to weigh the pros and cons carefully and consider all the potential consequences.
Yeah, it's a complex issue, but one that we can't ignore.
Absolutely. And speaking of complex issues, let's talk about how AI is impacting our memories.
You're talking about those personalized year-in-review things like Spotify Wrapped and Google Photos' 2024 recap.
Exactly. Those features use AI to curate our memories, creating these digital scrapbooks of our lives.
I love those. It's so fun to look back and see all the things you did and listened to throughout the year.
Right. It taps into that human desire for nostalgia. But there are also some ethical considerations to think about.
Oh yeah, like what?
Well, the TechCrunch article we read pointed out that AI isn't always accurate when it comes to interpreting the emotional significance of our memories.
Yeah, I can see that. What might seem like a happy memory to an AI could actually be a painful one for a person.
Exactly. AI can't truly understand the emotional nuances of our experiences.
So while these AI-powered memory curators can be fun and entertaining, we should take them with a grain of salt.
Agreed. It's important to remember that our memories are our own, and they hold meaning that goes beyond what any AI can interpret.
Well said. Okay, let's switch gears again. Can we talk about whether AI can actually feel emotions, like love?
That's a question that has fascinated philosophers and scientists for centuries. And now with the rise of AI, it's becoming even more relevant.
I mean, it's mind-blowing to think that we might one day create machines that can experience emotions just like humans do.
Right. And not just love, but a whole range of emotions, from joy and sadness to anger and fear.
That would be incredible, but also kind of terrifying.
Definitely. It raises all sorts of ethical questions about how we treat these machines and how they might interact with us and with each other.
It's like we're stepping into uncharted territory. We're creating these incredibly powerful technologies, but we don't fully understand what they're capable of or what the long-term consequences might be.
That's why it's so crucial to have these conversations now, to think about the potential risks and benefits, and to make sure we're developing AI in a way that aligns with our values.
Yeah, we need to be proactive, not reactive, when it comes to shaping the future of AI.
Agreed. And that brings us to one of those exciting areas of AI development, the creation of agents that can interact with the physical world.
You mean like those agents that OpenAI showed off at their dev day? The ones that could book hotels and order food over the phone?
Exactly. Those were great examples of how AI is moving beyond the digital realm and starting to have a real-world impact.
It's like having a personal assistant who can run errands for you.
Right. And the possibilities are endless. Imagine having an AI that could handle all those tedious tasks that we don't want to do.
That would be amazing. But what about the potential downsides? Could these agents be used for harmful purposes?
That's definitely something we need to be aware of. As with any powerful technology, there's always the risk of misuse.
So we need to make sure we're developing these agents responsibly with the right safeguards in place.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that balance between innovation and safety.
And about having those tough conversations about the ethical implications of AI.
Right? We need to think about the kind of future we want to create and make sure that AI is used to benefit humanity, not harm it.
Well said. Okay, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've talked about everything from the rise of AI agents to the energy challenges of AI to the ethical considerations of AI in memory.
It's been a whirlwind tour of the AI landscape.
And it's clear that AI is rapidly changing the world around us, but it's up to us to shape how that change unfolds.
Exactly. The future of AI is in our hands, and the choices we make today will determine what that future looks like.
So let's keep learning, keep questioning, and keep engaging in this important conversation about the future of AI. Welcome back, everyone. It's the final stretch of our AI deep dive. And wow, we've covered a lot of ground this week.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey, from chatbots to AI agents, from nuclear power to the very nature of what it means to be human in this increasingly AI-powered world.
And it's moving so fast, it's hard to keep up. Earlier, we were talking about Google's Android Etsar platform, that idea of having real-time translation and object identification all through a pair of smart glasses.
Right, it's like stepping into the future.
It is, and it really got me thinking about how AI is augmenting our abilities. It's not just about automation anymore. It's about enhancing our perception and our understanding of the world around us.
Absolutely. It's like giving our brains a superpower. But it also raises questions about how this will change us as humans.
Exactly. If we have all this information and assistance constantly available, will it make us more connected or more isolated? Will it spark creativity or make us lazy?
It's a fascinating dilemma. We're essentially redefining what it means to be human in this new age of intelligent machines.
And there are societal challenges too. As AI becomes more sophisticated, how do we ensure fairness and equity? How do we address the potential for job displacement?
These are critical questions that we need to be thinking about now before these technologies become even more deeply embedded in our lives.
It's not just about developing the most advanced AI, it's about developing AI that benefits humanity and aligns with our values.
I couldn't agree more. It requires a collaborative effort. We need everyone at the table, researchers, developers, policymakers, and everyday citizens, to shape the future of AI responsibly.
This deep dive has really opened my eyes. It feels like we're on the verge of something truly transformative. The possibilities are endless, but so are the uncertainties.
That's what makes it so exciting. The decisions we make today will shape the world of tomorrow.
So to everyone listening, we encourage you to keep learning, keep asking those tough questions, and keep engaging in this crucial conversation about the future of AI.
Because ultimately, the future of AI is not something that happens to us. It's something we create together.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey exploring the ever-evolving world of AI. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep wondering.